everyone, this is High Priestess Tana, and thank you for tuning into Tana Temple Healing Works. And I am back with another video, and I would like to discuss about ego traps. But first and foremost, I hope that everyone is feeling good, staying safe. If the weather is bad, I hope that things clear up pretty soon because it's been snowing a lot here in Michigan. So I hope that everyone is okay, safe and sound, and enjoying their weekend as much as possible. A lot of us also have Monday off from work, which is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s day. So yeah, on January 19th. So yeah, like I hope everyone enjoy a long weekend. If you do have a long weekend, if you don't, that's fine too. I just hope that you make the best out of your weekend. And yeah, much love, light, respect, and warmth to everyone. Okay, before I get started here, so first and foremost, let's discuss what is an ego trap. You've probably heard this term before, but a lot of people don't know exactly what it is. So, an ego trap is a mental state or situation where your sense of self, which is the ego, becomes rigid, leading to behaviors that hinder growth, happiness, or genuine connection. And it's often by defending a fixed identity, needing to be right, or feeling superior. Also, there are common characteristics of ego traps, and that can include defending identity, need feeling for superiority, resistance to feedback, judgment, comparison, control, and rightness. And I would even say control and righteousness. I would even say that. And also, some people say that it could manifest um when it comes to the spiritual world, like feeling superior by doing things such as meditation, yoga, maybe it's certain religious beliefs that you have or something like that. You think you could be superior to someone. Um, let's see. Some people think they're smarter than others because they've achieved more or a lot, and they may have more recognition. Some people believe that uh, they're a great leader, and because no one complains about me, doesn't mean that they're not talking about you behind your back. So that could be cap too. That's BS too. But anyway, um, some people think that they're better than you because of, how would I say this? Maybe they're more in shape, or maybe they're um, but in inside they may not even love themselves. They could be suffering from body dysmorphia, that type of stuff. So it's just really crazy. But some people, like, they overachieve or try to overcompensate to cover up their own flaws or shortcomings. But yeah, basically, um what was I about to look for? Some people make up things about themselves to make themselves look and feel a little better. And it's a way to cloak a person's true identity. And some people mistake these things or these narratives that they build about themselves as being their true self, and it's far from that. So, I want to segue into another topic, and I want to describe how ego traps appear in situationships and not just relationships, but situationships, right? Because situationships are the in between relationships, and they're not fully developed relationships or connections. They're kind of like the in between phase of being, like, how would I say, not being exclusive yet, But also, it's like, oh, I'm showing you that I have genuine interest in you, but I don't. We don't have titles yet. But we're like, I'm around you a lot. I chill with you. I'm feeling you, but I'm also seeing other people. Like, I'm still open to being with other people, type of deal. Something like that. The best way to describe it. So yeah. Yeah, let me go back to what I was thinking also is like, yeah, there's just no clear expectations, boundaries, labels, commitment. And it's kind of like a gray area between a friendship and a formal relationship. Almost like friends with benefits, but a little step above that, if that makes any sense. So there's no well, okay, it's like, it's not making it official, but there is physical intimacy or sexual activities going on. And even an emotional connection, sometimes it may not even be that emotional. It's just, hey, I like you, you like me, let's have sex, let's hang with each other, let's act like we're boyfriend or girlfriend or partners or however, but you just don't have the title, right? So therefore, there's a lack of commitment. Okay, so let's go. Ego traps are very common in situationships, especially because there is no formal commitment or anchor of communication or accountability involved. And usually, a lot of people are very ambiguous when it comes to what they want and what they don't want. So there's a lack of clarity. So you have that ambiguity versus clarity. Okay. So someone may say, I don't need to clarify my intentions, or I don't need labels. I go off of vibes, or I don't really, how would I say this? I don't really need a title to show my love for you, or whatever the case might be. I feel like we don't need to be um, labeled. We're good the way we are, or something like that. You know what it is, or just stupid stuff. And those type of lack of understandings or misunderstandings can escalate because some people are so prideful that they can prevent having an honest uh, or genuine connection with someone or communicate with someone effectively because they let their pride and ego get in the way. And also, you have this fear of vulnerability. Some people try to hide their feelings due to fear of seeming needy or weak. They don't want to seem like they're deeply in love because they could have been emotionally scarred from being in love before. One or both people could ghost, withdraw, or act aloof to protect self image. Like they may start acting crazy towards you. Like, oh, what you mean by you don't know why I'm not opening up to you, or why I don't call you often, or oh, why it's been 2 weeks since I answered your phone calls or text. It's just stupid, or why I left you unread, and all this other stuff. They have a big excuse, and that can give them leverage or ammunition to pretty much want to cut you off, ghost you, discard you if you're dealing with a narcissist or whatever the case might be. Score, scorekeeping. Sorry, I was loud, y'all. So, another thing, a person can be like, speaking of texting, I was thinking of this. One person may think, I've been texting them all week and they haven't responded. They're gonna owe me attention. Owe me attention now. So things become transactional rather than connection based. It's like, oh, I'm gonna keep up. I'm gonna bring up to them how many times I text them this week. Like, I text you like 20 times this week and you didn't respond to not one. And I'm going to hold that over your head now and make you like, this is what this person is thinking. Like, I'm going to hold this over your head now because you pissed me off. And now I feel like you owe me. Like, you should be around me, spending more time with me. We need to plan a date. You know, you messed up last time when you forgot about our date and all this other stuff, and now you owe me. You know, that type of stuff. And there's also control through uncertainty, where some people could be giving each other mixed signals to maintain power. Like, you would ask them, "Hey, you want to come to the movies with me, or go to the movies with me?" I'll see if I can make it. Let me see how I feel. I'll let you know. You know, to avoid looking desperate. So, again, they may really want to go with you to the movies, but they don't want to come off as looking weak or, you know, insecure, desperate, or something like that. Because they just, I don't know, they just want to maintain power and control, right? So basically the relationship start feeling emotionally draining and shallow. um I'm sorry, I jumped ahead. I was thinking about validation seeking as well, because I was about to say something about that. I spoke too soon, y'all, so that's going to be next, validation seeking. But um yeah, about the anxiety and emotional tension that can rise because it makes intimacy harder, because this person is resisting you because they don't want to look too desperate. They don't want to look too anxious. They don't want to look too needy, like, oh, I have to be around this person even though I love being around this person, or I may be developing feelings of love. They don't want to show that because they feel like that's a sign of weakness, or they may have a reputation that could be a lie as well, where people's like, oh, they're the love them and leave them type. You know, they play people all the time. They discard people. They leave people unread. They ghost people. You know what I'm saying? And they want to live up to that so-called image, which is all a lie, and it comes from their own place of insecurity, self-hatred, and lack of self-love and lack of self-worth. Okay, now, validation seeking is the next one. They kind of flow together, really. When a person constantly needs reassurance that they're wanted while avoiding commitment or accountability. So, the relationship starts feeling emotionally drained and shallow. So, um, pretty much with this situation, this person may come to you and they want you to constantly call them, keep setting up dates with them, want to chill with them. Oh, why haven't you called me? Um, how come you didn't invite me for dinner last night? You know I like when you make shrimp fried rice or filet mignon and mashed garlic mashed potatoes and broccoli, or you know, stuff like that. You know when I like you know I like it when you bake that good key lime pie or whatever. Who knows, or a sweet potato pie or peach cobbler, something like that. Um, that's that's really sneaky too. So hold on one second. I want to see something really quick. So validation seeking is very tricky because it's subtle and it can look like normal attention seeking, but it's really the ego trying to protect itself. And people will be like, oh, another thing too, do you still want to be with me? uh they want to get praised for the little stuff, like they could have went to the dollar store and got you a cute little candle holder, and they want you to be, all kissy, touchy feely with them or something stupid like that. Or they could feel hurt or insecure if attention isn't immediate or enthusiastic. How come you didn't call me when you got off work right after you got off work last night? How come I saw you on Instagram last night, but or on TikTok or whatever, posted videos, but you didn't give me a call, or you upload videos to YouTube, but you didn't call me. And they measure love or connection by how often the partner affirms them. So pretty much, they're not about it's not about a genuine communication or expressing needs. It's about ego protection. So basically, for example, in a situationship, why do you text me back? Do you even like me? You will hear stuff like that. Do you fuck with me like that? Are you seeing somebody else? Damn, I called you 2 minutes ago. You didn't answer the phone. Why you acting all funny or whatever? It creates tension, clinginess, and manipulative games or mind games. And that's what I was thinking about too. So another thing too, they might be pissed off at you, and they might go on social media and do upload a video clip with another woman or another man or another person, etc., etc., whatever, and they may be looking for attention somewhere else. By they may post a sexy picture of them getting out the shower with their towel wrapped around them, sweating, and like, ooh, I'm such a baddie, or oh, like, I bet you she missed me now, and this and this and this, I'm an Adonis, and all this other stupid stuff, right? So their ego externalizes approval, and the self esteem depends on others. And that's dangerous, because if they don't feel like they're getting proof of them feeling valued, desired, or right in a situation, they're going to feel threatened. And that explains why they may go to people who are very low vibrational and insecure just like them, because they feel like they have to feel validated or praised continuously, and if not, they feel like you don't care for them or you don't love them, and it's time to move on to someone else that's going to do that and more. Let's see. So I want to go back to the scorekeeping, what I was talking about. It's about people really trying to destroy the connection in a way, slowly but surely, because people start tracking what you do for them, how much emotional investment and attention that you give them as well. And it's very transactional to me. It's very one-sided, and to me, the boundaries and expectations become very vague, because it's not about fair or clear communication. It's about you having to prove your worth, and them avoiding vulnerability, or in trying to control the dynamic. So that's crazy. This person could say, I did X, Y, and Z for you, so I don't know why you upset with me because I didn't answer your phone call. I've been busy. But fool, it's been a week, you know? And they'll say, hey, I'm always making plans for us, whoever this person is, right? And now it's time for you to come visit me. Like, what? I've always been the one setting up the the dinner dates, the movie dates, us going to the club, I guess, like or the lounge or bar dates or whatever. Now you have to have sex with me. You owe me. Excuse me? People think like that though. They figure because if you're not in a serious or committed relationship, that every action could be interpreted as a slight or favor, and they feel like they don't have to be apologetic towards you or have to compromise at all. When a person is insecure, the ego craves proof that the other cares. And there's power games, which is what I'm talking about now. Scorekeeping can be used to manipulate attention or maintain control. And this is how you can find out if your partner is keeping score of what's going on in a relationship. They frequently remind you of past efforts or sacrifices um, that they've made. They feel resentful about imbalances without discussing them. They use past actions as leverage to get attention, affection, or validation. And they calculate who invests more. I'm doing more to you. I spent $200 the last time we went out. Last month when we went out. Rather than focus on mutual enjoyment, it's about remember the time I gave you $100 for your doctor bill, or remember I gave you $200 towards your rent or to get your oil changed, or that type of stuff. That's not love. That's just being transactional, and versus being in a an emotional an emotionally mature and deeply loving connection. You can't trust that person. You don't feel vulnerable around that person. It breeds resentment and emotional exhaustion. It's very draining to be around that person. And then you create unnecessary conflict over perceived fairness rather than actual needs. This person is just trying to, I'm going to say, like, balance the scales for them, make them look like they're just so upright and righteous versus really caring for you as a partner. And I can't stand that. So, comparisons and competition is another one. Some people feel like if I'm entertaining someone else, I'm more desirable. Meaning they could go off to somebody else and be with another person who gives them all this attention, affection, and or what they perceive as attention, affection, even maybe emotional, financial support as well. Um, it could cause jealousy, insecurity, and subtle manipulations can take over in this situationship, not relationship. Let me keep clarifying, situationship. That's crazy. So overall, what this creates is a form of sneakiness, and that's when the distrust kicks in too, because when a person is insecure, they feel the need to go to someone else besides you to have sex with. And they feel like, well, if I'm being sexually desired by someone else, then I must something in me must be awakened more with this other person versus being with you. But another thing too is that the jealousy and rage and comparison and contrasting could also come from them Like they may have you comparing yourself to past partners. Like, I bet I'm better than anyone they've been with before. Or comparing your attention on effort to theirs. Like, I text more, plan more, or care more than they do, so I'm the most important partner they've ever probably had in life. Or competing for or with external attention. They feel jealous if they can have you feeling jealous because they interact with others romantically or socially. They want you in competition with those other people. Like I was just mentioning, like they want you to feel like, oh, it's something lacking inside of you because they're getting external attention from elsewhere. And they want you to think, oh, it's something you're doing wrong because I'm they're going with him, her, them, whomever. And then you have bragging or that one sided or one man up ship thing by highlighting achievements, looks, or desirability to score points. So they think it's like they want to win by feeling more validated or superior over their partner. Like, you're lucky you're with me. Be thankful you're with me because you probably never get anyone better than me again. I bet you her sex wasn't as good as mine. I bet you his sex wasn't as good as mine, or their sex, whatever, was as good as mine. Or I bet you this person didn't spend as half as much money on you like I did, or helped you pay your bills or mortgage or whatever, or help you get your car fixed, that type of stuff. Oh, I just got my promotion at my job and I'm making XYZ amount of dollars. I bet you haven't got any raise or whatever. It's just silly shit. So, yeah, it causes a lot of emotional instability, insecurities. It causes low commitment, and also you in this ego trap, you or your partner could end up constantly keep doing things like frequent comparisons to exes, friends, or potential partners, obsessing over who's, like I said before, who's investing more or who's more attractive. They could, like, for example, if you're especially on the brink of a breakup, people start really showing their ass too. Or if you feel like it's some pulling apart, like y'all have been distant, there could be that subtle manipulation that appears to appear like one person is more superior or more desirable, or just to make themselves feel good. And people start bragging about the attention they get to trigger insecurity in the other person. It doesn't become mutually enjoyable. Vulnerability feels risky because you're in competition, obviously, with other people. You end up creating resentment, or that person ends up, you or that person, correction, creates resentment and insecurity, and it keeps the situation just unstable and emotionally draining. It sounds very karmic. Um, yeah, I would say overall that it's best to walk away from this situation if you are experiencing this, because this can be very dangerous to one's self-esteem, self-worth, and their confidence. And I don't believe in these type of dynamics. I think it's very toxic and painful to be in, because this can be very dangerous, and I'm talking very dangerous. where people may want to harm each other playing these games. This is serious. So I would like to thank you all for joining me while viewing this video. Again, I'm coming back with a spiritual lesson about ego traps and situationships. I hope you've learned a lot today. Please leave your comments. And again, my name is High Priestess Tana. Thank you for tuning into Tana Temple Healing Works. If you would like to purchase a reading, I have the link in the description box below. And thank you so much. Peace. Y'all stay safe, blessed, stay warm if you're here in Michigan or somewhere where it's snowing and cold as hell. And make sure y'all eat good, have a great time, enjoy the long weekend, and also celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s life, y'all. He's one of the ancestors now. And just, again, meditate, pray, do what you got to do to get through the day. All right. Love y'all.